to bring you my wrap up for the month of September, and I read a total of 10 books. That's pretty crazy to me, I think, because I feel like I normally average 6 to 7, so when I get up to like 10 or something, I'm always like, what? And I do have to say, in my contemporary-a-thon vlog, I was saying that I was gonna get One True Love's finished on the last day of the month. I didn't, so that is why it's not in this wrap up. Like, I was so sure it was gonna happen, but I edited a video and I watched a show and then I just got really tired. It is the first today and I finished it this morning, but it'll be in next month's wrap up. But I'm excited to show you the 10 books that I read, and I just got so much reading done. The first book I read was Scythe by Neil Schusterman. I'm so glad I finally picked up this book, honestly. I don't know how I didn't have these stories in my life beforehand, but I'm also glad, because then I would have had to have waited a shit ton of time to get to the end, and now I only have to wait a month, which is a good thing. But I loved this book and how complex the world is. Like, it is a very interesting storyline. To have it that humanity is like conquered death, like any accident people get into, they can just be revived from, and they can even turn back the clock so that they don't age. They had to introduce scythes that cull the population, because when you don't die, you end up having a lot of babies and no one dies. So to make sure that the earth doesn't explode with people, they had to bring in this way of eliminating parts of the population. And the two main characters, Citra and Roa, both get picked to do an apprenticeship, and they both have a year to learn how to be scythes. And it's just very interesting because you get to learn how scythes really work and what really it means in the world for it. And it's just such a good book, and I highly recommend it. Then I read Becoming the Dark Prince, which is the novella for the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, so you need to read this between book 3 and book 4. I bought the ebook because I have a new phone and I can buy ebooks now. I'm not going to do it very often, probably only when I need to read a novella and it doesn't get published in print form, but I really enjoyed this. I liked being in Thomas's mind, especially because we got his POV for a lot of the scenes from Escaping from Houdini that happened at the end of the book, where it got really intense. And we also got a few scenes from what's going to happen into the future when I start reading Capturing the Devil, which is going to be now because I'm so excited. But this was a lot of fun. I love Thomas, and it was just really good to like ease my way back into the series by reading this ebook. Then I read Thunderhead by Neil Schusterman. I'm not going to talk too much about this one in detail because I don't want to spoil book 1, but it just got better. It got so much better. I can't wait for the toll. I need it. And it has been seriously so long since I've read something back to back, and I just knew that if I didn't pick this up now, I wasn't going to read it forever. So I picked it up, read it, and like both of these are over 500 pages, and I read them pretty quickly. Like, they're really easy to read for such big books. Then I read Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, and I'm so excited that I finally read this book. Like, oh my god. This is a book that I feel like everyone's read, and I've only just jumped on the bandwagon, but I read Fangirl, and I really like what we got of Simon and Baz's love story, but in this one we got the full thing, and it does give off strong Harry Potter vibes though. Like, literally it was such a rip-off for the first 150 pages before it became its own book. But I actually really like all the characters, and I mean, it's great because it's about two boys and they fall in love even though they hated each other. So it's hate to love, even though we didn't see most of the hating because it happened throughout the years of their schooling, and we come in at the last year of schooling in this book, so it's a bit hard to really appreciate this as a hate to love romance. But I think it was great. And I also didn't like the magic system though, because literally they don't have like cool spell names. They just do stuff like drop it like it's hot and they start a flame, and I'm like, that's just weird. But definitely the best thing about this book is Baz and Simon's relationship. It's so adorable. I love it so much, and oh, I'm so glad that I finally read this. And this is another 500-page book that was really easy to read. And then I read Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell, and I'm so excited that I got to read this early. I've received this like 2 weeks before the actual release date, so I read Carry On and then I picked this up, and I was so excited. And I actually think I may have gotten this before Kat over at Catty-tastic. I'm pretty sure she binge read the whole book on release date, and I don't know why they wouldn't have sent her the book, because she is the biggest fan. She's the biggest fan for this series, and I just feel so privileged that I got the chance to read it because Pam Macmillan sent me this book. I'm so excited. Definitely changed my reading for this month to incorporate reading Carry On and Wayward Son, because I really wanted to keep up to date with these two books. But this book was great. Like, both the books I've given a solid 4 stars for, because there's just a few things that irritate me, and definitely the thing that irritated me about this book was that Simon and Baz were just on the verge of breaking up the whole book, and I just felt very anxious and angsty about the whole thing, even though we had this strong, amazing story of being in America and road tripping and learning about the magic systems in America and how different it is from the British system in a Carry On. And they just went on so many different adventures, and they kept getting into trouble and getting out of it, and it was amazing. But I just didn't like that they didn't seem happy. I didn't want angst. And yes, I've only just read Carry On and I feel like I can't really appreciate it as much, but so many people have Simon and Baz on a pedestal and this book just really brought them down and I'm so sad. And I do think we're gonna get a third book because it ended and I need more. Okay, I just need more because I hate it when books don't resolve. I just want resolve and I need a third book. Even if it takes another 4 years for us to get a sequel, I need a third book. And then Contemporary Thon was coming up and I had like 2 days, so I picked up Restore Me by Tahira Mafe and I read this so quickly. Oh my god. I do plan on filming a review for this book with all of my thoughts. I did a review for my reread of Shatter Me by reacting to my first review, which I think was really cringy because I look at like a lot of my videos in the first year and I'm just like, oh my god. It's like once I had red hair, everything changed. I'm definitely going to film a review and I will film a review or Define Me when I read that, when I read it, but I have issues, okay? I have issues. I don't really like where this story went. It was weird. Nothing like the first book. There's definitely moments where I was so happy, but we really could have done without this. I don't think we needed a continuation and I was so excited for so long for it, and then I read it and I feel like it's kind of ruined everything. I will keep going because I want to know what's going to happen though, but it left in such a way. I'm just very angry about it, but I also gave it 4 stars because the moments between characters and the interactions is what made this book for me. But there's a lot going on. Then I read Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh and this was so shit. I listened to this on audio because I thought it was a good idea to try and listen to some books that I already own to get them off my TBR because I was going to be reading them in the car and then I'd be reading other books at the same time, so I thought it was win-win. But this was just so bad, and for one, I hated the voice of the narrator. She had such a raspy like voice that I was dying. But this book is also so stupid. The necromancer magic is like, what the hell? Why would you even want to be brought back? Because when you die, you get brought back and you have to be covered in a black cloth your whole life. And if sunlight touches you, you turn into this crazy monster that's very difficult to kill. But then you have to be killed every couple of years because you'll turn into the monster anyway. And it's like, what? And you got to go into like this Deadlands area and it's all about reviving people all the time. But then like people die in this book and the main character just loses it and she makes so many bad decisions and she's so selfish. She drinks this potion to try and like not have the pain come to her and then she hallucinates and she ends up doing just very bad things. I don't agree with it, okay? I'm just annoyed about her. The one good thing about this book was Meredy. She was a really interesting character and she had a pet bear and I'm like, yes, people with pet bears are just amazing, and I'm just so glad I finished this book, but it annoyed me because it made me only listen to one audiobook this month. Then I read Fence Volume 1 by C.S. the Cat. I've talked about this a few times, but it was very adorable. I really did like the artwork in this book. There's actually a trans character in this as well that I thought was amazing. It's an all-boys fencing school. They let a trans boy stay there, and I'm so excited because that's what we need. We need people to be nice, and just because you may transition to being a girl doesn't mean you're going to get kicked out of that school, because that's just wrong. And it's so cute. I just want to get the next volumes like right now. Then I finally picked up The Boy Who Steals Houses by C.D. Drews. This was so great yet so heartbreaking. This was even sadder than 1,000 Perfect Notes, and that had child abuse that made me so sad. And this book had child abuse as well. Sam and Avery's mum left them and their dad used to beat them, but then he leaves them with his sister, so their parents are out of the picture very early on and we don't ever see them again. Once the boys have something bad happen to them, they're kind of homeless, so Sam keeps breaking into houses to sleep there when he knows people aren't there anymore. But one of the houses he breaks into, the family comes back early. It's this family with 7 children and their dad, and like all the kids just assume he's one of the other one's friends, and he just gets swept up into this family and he realizes what it's like to have a home and to be able to be loved by people, and it's so wholesome yet so sad because Sammy is kind of really a depressing person and it's really hard like for the life that he grew up with, and I don't know how anyone could have gotten out of a life like that without being scarred. And C.G. Drews just writes such amazing books and I just love it so much. She just does such a good job. Oh my god, guys, you know what's annoying? I have to stop filming because I need to go to the gym because it's 5:15 and I need to be there in half an hour. So I need to come back. I thought I would have had a lot more time than I did, so I feel like I was kind of rushing this wrap up, but I need to go. I will be back. Oh my god. I am so fucking tired right now. My arms are killing me. I didn't go for 3 weeks because I got on a lazy streak. Did that help my video uploading? It did not, but this is painful, but I need to finish filming this video. So the last book I read in the month of September was We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han. It got a 3-star from me, even though these books aren't the best. They're really not that great. They're just funny though, because like it's just so cringe that I just laugh at this point with these books, because the main character, Belly, her name's literally Belly, her name's Isabel, but they call her Belly. Every summer she goes to the same place to go on holidays, and like her mum and another woman are really good friends. So her mum has her and her brother Stephen, and then the other woman, Susanna, I think that's her name, she's got 2 sons, and that's Conrad and Jeremiah. So they've grown up together. In the first book, she's come for the summer and she's 16, and this is the summer they decide that she's actually fucking hot. So it shouldn't be the summer I turned pretty, it should be the summer that I suddenly got the hot body. But it's funny because both of them show interest, but she's obsessed with Conrad, and then it's like this whole battle between the 2 brothers of who's she gonna pick. Like, I mean, the bad guy seems to always win in these situations. Like, Jeremiah was so sweet. I loved him. But this book, it just got weird because suddenly there was a wedding happening, and I'm just like, yeah, you're like 12. What the hell is going on? So I don't recommend, do not pick them up. They really did get me with these new covers though, because they're gorgeous. Like, I can't believe I read all these books this month. Like, who the heck am I? I did so well. Like, there's 10. My arms are shaking so hard from boxing. Oh my god. It hurts so much. This arm especially. My left arm is killing me. Look guys, I read 10 books and I only bought 3. Like, what? Like, I just did my book haul, and I did like have 15 books in that book haul, but that was at least over 2 months. I had a lot of books just come in to me, even though I only bought 3, so I'm just happy because that's basically 7 books off my TBR, and it's actually getting better guys, because I'm down to 383, and it's been over 400 for so long, and now I'm in the 380 range, and I'm like shocked. And to tell you how TBR money challenge is going, so Skype was read a book with a 1-word title, so that was $5. Becoming the Dark Prince, a book under 200 pages, so another 5. I've had to start doubling up on challenges too guys, because most of the books I'm reading aren't filling any of the like 15 challenges that I have left, so I am just doubling up at this point because I still want to put the money in the jar. And I'm still reading, and it's still like working as a challenge. I really doubted that I was going to get all the challenges done though, but I think I've done pretty well, and I'll obviously make a video at the end of the year like talking about how I went and if I felt it worked or it didn't, and I'll be excited for that, but that will come in the new year. Then I bought 1 new book and I lost $27, so my new total was $4. Then Thunderhead was read a 500-page book, so I put $10 in my jar. I was just like, yeah. And then I bought another new book and I lost $2, so my new total was then $12. Then Carry On by Ray Burrell was another 500-page book. I'm actually trying to get some of the $10 challenges, because I know in November there's a lot of books I'm going to want to buy because I've got all these anticipated reads coming out, so I need to save the money to be able to buy the book. Wayward Son was a 2019 release, so $5. Restore Me was read a book with white or black on the cover for $2. I think it counts. Like, it's pretty, like it's kind of more greeny, but there's like whitish there, and I had no books to cover that challenge, so I'm glad that I've done all the colors now. Reign of the Fallen was read a 2018 release, so that was $5. Fence by C.S. Pacat was a book under 200 pages, so that's another $5. The Boy Who Steals Houses is a book about siblings, which was another $5. And then We'll Always Have Summer was a book with a flower on the cover for $5. So at the end of this month, my total is $49. I'm very proud of that. I'm excited. I'm getting a bit of a kitty bank happening here, so I'm gonna keep not trying to buy anything. I think I'll do like a big like buying of books probably after I get back from my trip, because that's kind of a goal of I don't buy anything until after I get back from holidays, and hopefully I've read a lot and saved a lot. But anyway guys, thanks for watching this wrap up. Sorry I had to leave for 2 hours in the middle there. My like body is just shaking. Don't box, but also do it because it's a lot of fun. But it hurts, especially because the person I was with today just kept hammering me when I was holding the mitt. When you've got someone that was really like getting into it, it just hurts, like that jarring back, but you just gotta push back at them. Oh, I haven't done it for 3 weeks. My body is reeling. But anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!